Let's see. Oh, nice. Effects pop. Beam. Um, let's see. Ooh. I'm checking this out and see what's up. Hello. Hi. Hey. Happy Sunday. I was just checking to see what's up with the YouTube live because I always go live on Instagram and I never went live on YouTube. So this is my first time doing this on um Happy Sunday. If you're on here, tell me what you're up to today. I'm just checking out this live on YouTube. So it's just, I just wanted to do a live video talking about what to do if you're feeling stuck or unmotivated. Usually on the weekends, I just feel like I don't want to do anything, and I feel guilty about it. Like I just curl up in bed and just like scroll through, TikTok and watch YouTube videos. Let me know if you can relate. Like if you feel like on the weekends you just want to like not do anything. So yeah, so today I'm just gonna be here really quick. So title of the video: what to do if you're feeling stuck or unmotivated. So I noticed that um, sometimes I'm very motivated, very excited, and then there are times that I feel like shit. So let me know in the comment section if you feel like the same thing. Like nothing is always like consistent, right? Sometimes you feel like everything's perfect, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes you feel like everything is like terrible. So what I notice that helps me is um I when I don't do my makeup, like if I don't dress up or do my makeup, I feel like I just want to bury myself in bed. Like it makes me feel like lazy, it makes me feel like unmotivated. Um I don't know, that's just me. It's true, some days you feel good, some days you feel lazy. Haven't been a good space, hoping to start a business soon. Yeah, so the thing is like if we have so much expectation of ourselves or something that we want to achieve and then we're not doing anything, that's what keeps us like feeling like we're stuck or depressed or have anxiety. So when anxiety comes from worrying about the future or worrying about, situations in your personal life, and then, depression comes from being sad or upset about things that happened in the past. So I I have become very self-aware and I feel like I want to make a video about this because self-awareness is very important. Like meaning you need to be aware about the things that you think about, like your thoughts inside your head. You need to think about why do you think a certain way or why do you feel like are you the type of person that's very negative like inside your head? Like do you whenever you see a video or a post on social media that you feel like oh my gosh they're doing good in life, or you compare yourself because you feel like you're not where you're at in life because you see other people like doing better than you, like there's I think that's a natural feeling and response, but you want to think about why are you feeling a certain way, like why are you feeling envious or why are you feeling jealous or feeling sad or depressed, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, this is just my personal opinion, okay? Like I don't believe in like anxiety medication, like pills and stuff like that, because this is just like, I can go on about this store like opinion, but like that's just like a business. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to sell you pills. They want to sell you like short term solution. But you need to learn how to I'm not talking about self medication, but I'm talking about learning about yourself more than anybody. You know why therapists like work? Because the therapists like listen to you, like they allow you to talk, right? And then they ask you short questions that they help you process your thoughts, because you on your own don't know how to process your own thoughts and conversate with yourself. um, I don't want you to think that if you sit down and like have a personal interaction, like personal conversation with yourself, I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because if you can't sit down on your own self by yourself alone without actually like conversating with your own internal mind, that's not good. Because like how do you expect other people to listen to you and understand you if you can't understand your own mind? Like you need to learn about yourself. Like if you're alone, if you're like alone in a quiet environment, that will allow you to process your own thoughts. So how do you do that? First, you observe what you're thinking. If you're thinking about like things that happened in the past or things that you're afraid to happen in the future, that little inner chatter in your head, you need to first, number one, recognize and acknowledge it. Be like, oh, I'm realizing that I'm thinking this way. Like I'm thinking like fear, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm anxious about the future, I'm scared of failure, blah blah blah. Like first you need to acknowledge it first and understand that if you're feeling sad, depressed, anxious or whatever, that's okay. Like it's not like terrible, like you're not like sick or whatever. The only reason why it's not good, if you stay in that mindset, if you stay in that vibration, low vibration. So what do I mean by low vibration? Low vibration meaning like you're in your lower self. You feel like there's a higher self and a lower self. So like your higher self is your best version of yourself, and your lower self is the lowest version of yourself. Like, always angry at the world, always like negative. And your higher self is just your part of yourself that's like just like in your higher frequency, right? So let me know if you guys can relate with what I'm saying. I don't want to be like talking here like I'm the only one who can understand what I'm saying, but we have this higher self and lower self. So it doesn't really matter if you follow like all the strategies of how to start a business or how to do this and that. If you feel like you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to be your best self. You're not going to show up as your best version of yourself. You're not going to manifest the dream lifestyle, dream business, the money that you want to attract, um, because if your inner self, you feel like you're not believing internally that you can do it, it really don't matter, honestly. If you're doing like, I don't like the word hustle. Like they always say hustle hard, hustle this and that, especially if you're a business owner or whatnot. I just don't like it because like it programs your mind. I'm laggy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it programs your mind to just like work hard, which is like you need to take action, right? But if you're not, if you're just like working hard, but you're not working on personal development, you're just gonna get burned out. So you need to avoid the burnout. I'm just looking at your comments. Yes, sometimes we don't see our own potential. That's correct. And honestly, you know your own potential, but you kind of every single person knows their own um their strengths and weaknesses. You are the only person who knows more about yourself. But the thing is, like, growing up, like, with the society and, you know, social media and television, they always program people, especially younger kids, to um, look for outside validation. Like, you always want somebody to, like, cheer you, say, yeah, you're doing good, like, always validating you. Oh, you look pretty, or are you doing good, or yes, you can do it. Like, why, we don't need to we need to validate ourselves first before, like, if you validate your own self and you know for sure 100% that you're pretty, then you don't have to care about other people's opinion. If you feel like you can do a business, you can do whatever, it don't really matter. Other people's opinion shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, don't start a YouTube channel because they're scared about the comments, they're scared about the dislikes that they're gonna get. But in reality, what is that gonna do? It's not gonna kill you. The people that disliking your video or commenting that on your videos or your posts, it's like, it's only going to affect you if you let it affect you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because deep inside, like, in reality, like, nobody knows you the way you know yourself. Like, even the people that you know in person, even your family or your best friends, even then, like, they might know you a lot, but no one else know you more than you know yourself. So just think about how, just believe in yourself. Just, have like a meeting with yourself. um, Sometimes social media makes you feel like you're not doing enough. Yeah, that's what they want to portray. That social media, that's what they want you to feel like, because um, that's just the hidden agenda, right? But if you're allowing it to affect you that way, then that's your fault. You can't, they're not telling you, social media is not telling you specifically, like, hey, you need to feel this way. Like, everything is subconscious, right? If you allow it to affect you that way, then that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's like, why is she telling me it's my fault? Because that's the truth. Everything that we allow, outside circumstances to affect us. Like, if you try to offend me right now, I'm just going to laugh. You know what I'm saying? If you say something mean to me right now, I'm just going to laugh, because that's your personal opinion. That has nothing to do with what I know deep inside me. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like, if I already validated myself, I don't care about your opinion. So if you're comparing yourself from people from social media, you need to acknowledge that that's how you're viewing it. You know what I'm saying? So what I suggest is to, instead of comparing yourself, just use it as inspiration. So what do I mean? So there's a difference between being inspired and motivated versus being envious and jealous. You know what I'm saying? So if you're comparing yourself from other people, that's not being fair to yourself, because their journey is different than your journey. Some people that are very successful, you don't even know sometimes that it took them 10 years to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? If you're a beginner, like, if it's your first year doing a business, and that person on social media that you're comparing yourself with is doing their business for like 5 years, you can't compare yourself from you as a startup with somebody who's doing it for 5 years now. Like, that's just not fair. Like, you need to think that into consideration. There are people like for example, there's like YouTubers, right, that they blew up, um, selling lip gloss or whatnot, and then I see on their video that they have their mom helping them, they have these family members and friends that support them, and then I look at my own journey as it's just me, right? Like I don't have a mom that's helping me package orders. I don't have like friends and family that support me, so I can't compare myself to that person because they had some, some help and I didn't have help. So I can't be like mad at myself that they're doing better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because my own journey is my own journey. Your own journey is your own journey. So whatever it is that you in your own journey, whatever obstacle or setbacks that you like come across, that's going to make your story better. You know what I'm saying? It just think about it. If everything just went perfectly fine, like for example, you're starting a business and on your first month you're already like a millionaire. Like what's the excitement, right? If you're not like going through like setbacks and challenges, everything went perfect. Like what makes a person admire what's a person going to be admiring about your story if there's no like challenges, like even in the movies before like the victory of the ending of happily ever after, everything starts from drama and like ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Even in the movies, even in the fairy tales, something always happened, like there's always something wrong that happens before the happy ending, you know what I'm saying? So why would you expect in your own real life to make everything so perfect like in the beginning? That's like this impossible. That's just so impossible. And one thing I want to touch on is like feeling of failure, because that's like the most important thing, like the number one thing holding you back, me, you, everybody that's in life, is fear of failure. So, fear of failure. This is something I want to do another in depth video, but I'm just going to go touch on it real quick. Fear of failure is natural, okay? You need to accept that it's natural to feel scared of failure, but what you're going to do about this feeling of failure is up to you. That's up to you, okay? So, how to manage the fear of failure? Just know that if you do something and it didn't work, it's not your fault. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm such a loser, it didn't work out, blah blah blah. It's just you need to look at it as an opportunity to fix it, or like like solve a problem. You need to be a problem solver. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to be a problem solver, and you need to be excited about, okay, this method didn't work, so maybe I should do it this way. What if I try it this way? Maybe it was like the photo, maybe it was the video, maybe the way I said it, maybe you need to come up with like problems to fix, each and every single one. And then you'll figure it out. Eventually, you're gonna figure it out, because the only reason why you're gonna fail is if you stop. Like if you stop, if for example, let's say you try to launch a business, right? Most of y'all trying to start a business, that's why you're on my channel. So let's say, for example, you launch a lash line, whatever, lip gloss business, and then you didn't get any sales, right? Meaning you set yourself up for an expectation. Okay, you have this high expectation without taking enough action to get to that expectation, right? So if it didn't work out, it don't mean that it's never gonna work out, because there's probably like steps that you didn't do, or you forgot, or there's just something that didn't work out, right? So what you're gonna do next is figure out a way to do it differently. Just keep doing it differently. Just think about the first time you cooked something, and the first time you cooked something, it was terrible. Maybe you put too much sugar, maybe you put too much salt. You know what I'm saying? And then you realize, oh my gosh, this meal is too salty. So next time I'm gonna put less salt. and then the more you cook, the more it becomes perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like don't overthink it in a way like little mistakes and little failures to be like you're being too hard on yourself. Like I understand that it's frustrating. I'm gonna talk to my personal experience that there were a lot of times that I would work 24/7 figuring something out, and then at the end of the day, it didn't work out. And then it's like, shit, like, I just poured my whole entire focus and energy and time into like setting up, for example, like setting up a Facebook ads, okay? Like, taking like 12 hours to set it up, and I think, oh, everything's gonna work out, and then next thing you know, it didn't work out. Instead of like crying and like saying, oh my gosh, such a failure, I'm gonna figure out what could I do better, or what can I change, what can I update, what can I, it could be the video, it could be the like, troubleshoot. You need to troubleshoot. So that's just an example. um yeah, so that's what happens if, oops, that's what happens. You need to keep doing it, and whenever you keep like doing it again, you need to change something. Like I said with the example of cooking, if you already know that you put too much salt in the first time, then you're gonna know the next time to not put too much salt. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn from your experiences and your mistakes. You can't just like do the same thing over and over and expect different result. Cause like, why would you expect a different result if you did the same exact thing? Like, duh. So you know what I'm saying? Like you need to be your own teacher, like, or your own, you need to be your own teacher and your own student. Like, your own experience, your own mistakes, other people's experience and mistakes, you need to learn from it instead of just like saying, oh, I'm done with this shit, like I'm giving up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. And also you need to reprogram your mind to, you need to be mindful of like how you think. If you're thinking about negative all the time, like you're already expecting negative, then that's what you're gonna get. Because that's, your mind attracts your vibe. Your yeah, that's true. That's what I meant. So I'm just looking for the right word to say. Your mind attracts, your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you go to a video on YouTube about drama, like look at the comment section. Everybody like drama, drama, drama. If you go to a YouTube video that talks about positivity and self development, everyone in the comment section is like trying to improve themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you hang around with drama people, then that's the type of vibe you're gonna attract. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with like being by myself because I feel like I can protect my energy. If I come across, because I can feel people's vibe. Like if I just look at your comment and I go to your profile, whatever it is, I can just feel somebody's vibe. Like well, they call it the word empath. So like for example, if I go to Starbucks and like the barista that's making my drink, it's like she hates her life or whatnot. I can sense it. It's like very strong energetic feel that I can feel. I know it sounds like woo woo, but that's just true. Like if I meet certain people, I can feel their vibe, if they're happy, if they're excited, if they're sad. And that's why it's okay. Like you need to learn to be your by yourself. Like a lot of people, they feel like they have to be with somebody else. They feel like they always have to have company. Like some people, they just do not feel alone. It's like it's very sad because you need to be okay with being alone. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know how to be alone, that's a problem. Everything is energy. Everything, yes, that's right, girl. Everything you put it out to the universe. That is correct. So if your vibe is like jealous vibe or drama vibe, that's what you're gonna keep getting. That's why an example as well, like the dating experience. Like some people, like you notice, like some people, even yourself or your friends or people that you know, they keep dating the same exact person. Like not exact person, but the type of people. Like for example, um if you're like if this person dates like a cheater, even if they break up with that person, they're gonna attract the same the same cheater person. You know what I'm saying? Like different people, different names, different everything, but the same type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever noticed that? Like sometimes, you know, you keep attracting the same exact person, same exact situation, same exact scenario. And it's like the universe is going to keep giving you the same exact problem until you realize that you need to break out of it. Like, you need to realize that um, you need to change your mind and your vibe. So, let me give you another example. When I was in my early 20s, so I'm 29. I'm almost 30. So, anyways, when I was in my early 20s, I was like kind of lost. Like, I thought I was like, you know, I thought I knew what I was doing, but something kept happening in my life that it was the same exact problem. Like, um, if I lose a job, I lose my home, or if I lose my home, I lose my car. You know what I'm saying? It's like something always happens. Like I was like, why is it always like I'm, you know, like attracting bad luck? Like it's like something always happens. And at the time, and now I'm realizing as my older higher self, I'm realizing the things that I was thinking. I was thinking like a victim. So that's a number thing I want you guys to take notes of. If you're thinking like why me, or like why am I experiencing this bad experience, or why am I like, that's a victim mentality. The more you think of like you're the victim, like the world is against you, that's the more you're doing it to yourself, because you're like you keep attracting it. Because if you think in your mind and you really feel that you are the victim and people is, you know, the world is against you, the world is gonna give you more of the same thing. Now, if you switch that into like, for example, let me give you this example. For I used to get my car repoed. Okay, I got my car repoed twice or three times. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. No shame. This is like in my past, so I don't give a fuck. Okay. So okay, I was like, why is my car always getting repoed, or like something like always happen? Like it always breaks down on me. I can't pay my bills. Like I keep thinking that the world was against me. Like I was just like, I want deep inside, subconsciously, I wanted people to feel bad for me. So I wanted people to like feel sorry so they can like give me a handout. You know what I'm saying? That was the older me, like not older me, like that was the past version of me, like the lower self, right? And then instead of like, even though I was getting help here and there, I still kept attracting the same bad luck. And I know as my higher self that it was because of how what I was thinking. Like my subconscious was like feeling always like poor me. I'm like the victim, right? The world is against me. But that was like the mentality that I had to fix. And not until like when I was getting older and I found out about how your mind works, that's when actually everything like switched like 360. Like everything went like, it was different. It was really like a switch. It's like a switch, really. It was like flipping a switch. It's like from being from the bottom to like the top. You know, I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect or I'm in a perfect situation, but I'm grateful for everything that I have. Like I'm not gonna be like I know I want more in life, but I'm not gonna say that I'm in a, you know, bad situation. Because one thing I also noticed, like if you're ungrateful for the littlest things, you need to be grateful. You need to be grateful. Like if you've ever had COVID or whatnot, like if you don't, you lose, like, you know, when you get COVID, you lose your taste, you lose your smell. That's the one thing that a lot of people don't really feel grateful about, is their their senses, like you can taste, you can smell, you can hear, you can see. A lot of people don't feel grateful. Like they don't really realize how lucky they are. Like some people don't have hands, some people don't have eyes, some people can't see, some people have some conditions that they can't help. They, like there's a lot of things about our lives that we need to be grateful for. So if you're feeling sad and depressed or anxious, or you feel like the world is against you, start with being grateful for being alive. Or if you don't feel like you shouldn't be alive, be grateful for like the roof over your head, the bed that you live in or you sleep in, the food that you ate today or yesterday, the water that you drink. It's the little things. Like there's a lot of things to be grateful for. We live in a place where the sun shines and there, we can see the sunshine. Like some countries don't get a lot of sun. You know what I'm saying? Like there are countries that is all, like for example, like countries that just desert, right? Just like sandstorm and desert, or just ice, like always like snow. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like just the little things. You need to be grateful. Um, so if you can eat, if you've been, you can eat, if you can drink, if you can talk, if you can see, you need to be grateful. Start there, be grateful, and then think about what you're being anxious about. So if you're anxious about the future, just know that you're getting ahead of yourself. You're like, if it hasn't happened yet, you need to be like, realizing that, stop, like, hey, wait, let me stop thinking about the future. Like, let me just be in the present moment. That's why meditation works, because it allows you to be in the present moment. Like, how I meditate is just like no cell phone, no YouTube, no phone, no TV, no nothing. It's just me sitting there. Like, I would just sit outside the balcony and just observe the world. Like, I just look at people, like when they walk in, the birds. I just like sit there for like 5 to 10 minutes drinking coffee. That's a form of my meditation for myself. So you don't have to be like doing this fancy like meditation. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of meditation videos on YouTube. You can try doing them. I listen to affirmations. So there's a lot of things you can do. Like if you look for help, if you look for improving your own self, then the universe is gonna show you like everything you need. Like if you ask, you know what they say, like ask and you shall receive. Like if you ask God, God is inside us. It's not like an external like being out there. It's not like he's over there in the sky. Like it's always inside us. Like, have you ever thought about like they say the devil and the angel. Like they would say like there's the angel right here and there's the devil right here. It's not literally like, it's not literal being of like angel with wings or a devil with wings and a fork. That's just like I can go on this story, but it's not really literal. It's not literal beings. It's your inner chatter in your head. So the angel is your higher self, which is like your, the positive vibration. And then the devil is your lower self, your inner chatter, like, oh, you're ugly, or you're not good enough, or blah blah blah. Like that's the devil. It's not an actual being, but it's your self of that's your lower self and your higher self. So once you recognize that, you listen to your own mind. If you listen of what you're thinking, for example, you're thinking like negative, right? You need to acknowledge it and be like, hey, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, and then listen to the higher self, listen to your angel, like listen to your angel, like your higher self. It's like saying, yeah, I can do it. Like you got this, you can do it, you're beautiful, like you're a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's who you need to listen to, that part of yourself that you need to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because they're both gonna be like inner chattering in your head. So you just gotta pick and choose and look at who you're listening to. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's my tip. And Another thing that I realized is, like, if you're doubting yourself, if you if you're doubting your, it makes me want to cry. If you're doubting yourself, just think about this. This is how you stop the doubt. This is how you stop the doubt, okay? Pay attention. If you're doubting yourself, look at it as you're doubting God, or, if you, whatever you believe that you're the higher divine source, you're doubting it. So if you're doubting it, you're basically doubting God. Or if you're feeling bad about yourself, then you're feeling bad about God. Like if it's gonna make you feel guilty, then you're gonna be like, you know what, I shouldn't doubt myself. Like, I should believe in myself. Like, why would I doubt myself if I haven't even tried? Like, if I haven't even, you know if I haven't even tried, especially if you haven't even tried, even if you've already tried your best, there's still, like, you just need to be patient and, like, believe that somehow a miracle will show up in your door. A miracle is, it's crazy. Like, if you can believe me or not, you can believe me or not, but it's so true that if you align your vibrate, if you align yourself with a positive vibe, if you align yourself with your higher self, if you want to be your higher self is your best version of yourself. If you want to be your best version of yourself, and your mind is, like, open to um like, if your mind is open to seeing the miracles, you're gonna see it. Like, that's what you're gonna attract. Like, it's really hard. A lot of times it's hard to believe because we're programmed since when we're kids to, um like, we always like to look for outside validation again, like from your parents. When we are in school, like, you gotta raise your hands to, like, go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do we always have to ask permission from other people? Why do we always have to just look at kids? Okay, kids, little kids don't, they just live in the moment. Like, they have, like, the imagination. They have these imaginary friends. They have no limit. They don't have fear. Like, if you don't tell them that, hey, don't do that because you're gonna fall, they don't know, because they just don't live in fear. They don't have fear. They don't have doubt. They're just living in the present moment. So you need to, like, bring that inner child out of you again. Like, even we're adults, grown adults, you need to bring out your inner child. So what is our inner child? Our inner child is just pure, just, like, very imaginary, like, very like, imaginative, and just, like, full of life and joy and peace. Like, you need to be that inner child once again. And how you're going to do that is keep practicing it, because sometimes we forget. Whenever, like, one day you feel like you're motivated, you're, like, feeling your best self, and then later on you're going to be like, why am I feeling sad again? Why am I feeling depressed or anxious again? You need to, like, understand that, hey, snap out of it. Like, how do I snap out of it is I listen to positive things. Like, I listen to, like, whatever positive that I can find on YouTube, or I just play, like upbeat music. Another thing that I want to talk about is, like, stop listening to depressing music. A lot of times there's, like, rap music or whatever sad songs that, like, the beat is very catchy, but they'll be talking about depressing shit. Like, it's crazy because I used to not think about what they're saying in the song, and then the more that I pay attention and listen, they're talking about being depressed and taking drugs and stuff like that, and it's really really sad. Like, people, like, oh yeah, like, I'm vibing with the beat, but, like, you're just vibing with the beat. You're not paying attention to what it's saying. Like, if the words of the songs are uplifting, that's fine, that's good. But if, even though, like, there are songs that are very high upbeat music, but then they're talking about negative stuff, like, they're talking about um just, like, hating their life and being depressed and just taking drugs, it's, like, very sad. So be mindful of the things that you listen to. I just want to look at the chat. Can somebody chat, because I can't see the chat. So, yeah, be mindful of what you're listening to, like, especially what kind of music you're um like, the music that You're listening to the movies that you're watching, the TV shows that you're watching. If you're watching a show on Netflix that are very like it kind of makes you feel scared or depressed or whatever, then don't watch it. Like even those shows that are about like um, solving mystery. What is that called? You know, like mystery murders and stuff. Like I don't know why a lot of people like that, but like I watch like suspenseful movies, but I don't indulge in like all day watching Netflix series of like scary stuff. So, yes. So the highs and the lows, it's like it's true. Like even me, I feel like it's crazy. It's scary. Like not really scary, but sometimes I just need to acknowledge it. Like there's like highs and the lows. It's like a lot of times, like sometimes I feel so high in terms of like I feel so happy, I feel so excited, and then there are times that I feel like I'm just sad and depressed and low. So it's like it's just feelings and moods they change. It's like sometimes you feel sad, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel excited, sometimes you feel scared. And you need to understand and realize that it's normal. Like it's normal to feel because if you don't feel anything, you're a robot. So if you're a human being, then it's normal to have feelings and emotions. So start with that. Like if you don't have any emotions, if you don't feel scared or happy or sad, then something's wrong with you. You're probably a robot. So it only becomes a problem if you stay in that low vibration. If you stay in that low, sad, depressed, anxious, you need to just realize that hey, I've been sad for too long, so I need to snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that if something wrong happens that you're just gonna like be nonchalant about it and just like oh whatever. It's okay to feel it's okay to feel sad if it's okay to feel disappointed. Like acknowledge that you're disappointed in the situation in yourself. It's okay to be disappointed with yourself. But if you stay in there for too long, like more than 2 hours, that's when you snap out of it. Like it's okay to acknowledge that you're disappointed, you're sad, you're anxious, but if you're there for more than a couple of hours, that's wrong. So you just need to like snap out of it, go outside, eat something you really like to eat, not like junk food. One more thing is like I started doing a vegan diet. So I love steak and seafood steak stuff like that, but something happened to me that now I'm doing a vegan diet. So I'm just reading here. Sometimes I feel sad or depressed. I try to think of happy thoughts and it helps. Yeah, so just think of happy thoughts. And one thing that I do to don't lose too much weight. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight. I just eliminate like meat because that's another video that I have to talk about. But anyways, what you can do to like change your mood is like be grateful. Just be grateful that you can drink water, that you can talk, that you can see. There's even this video on Facebook that it made me cry. Like this guy and this lady, they were getting married, and the wife, the bride, was what her gift to her husband was colorblind glasses. If you're not aware of what colorblind is, they can't see colors. So I had an ex before also that he didn't see colors. Well, he could see colors, but he couldn't identify what's green and blue or purple. But anyways, like there are severe conditions of color blindness that they can see only just black and white. There's no color. Like if you see that this is color pink, like that person can only see this as black and white. Like that's very like sad. And then when he put on the glasses, he started crying. He was like, "Oh my gosh, this is what everybody sees. Like I can see all the beautiful colors." And I couldn't stop crying. You know why? Because like it reminded me like there are people that have that condition, they can't see colors, and we're taking that for granted. Like he can only see black and white, and we can see the sun with colors, different, beautiful colors, is like you're not being grateful. Like you're thinking about you're the victim. Stop being the victim. If you have hands, some people don't have hands. You know how many people don't have hands and feet? You know what I'm saying? Some people can't talk. If you can talk, you can hear, you can see, you need to be grateful. Okay, like start with being grateful. Like stop feeling like the world is against you, because if you keep feeling like the world is against you, that's what you're going to keep attracting. That's the secret. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you guys are hanging out with me today. Um Vibrant Libra. I went vegan and I got too skinny. You know why you get too skinny when you go vegan? Is because you don't eat enough and you don't eat enough protein. So you need to research high quality vegan protein options. You need to know like how much protein is in there, because like if you go vegan, a lot of people just do like so much carbs and fats and they don't take consideration how much protein they're eating. So that's the challenge. And there's so many videos on YouTube on like recipes and simple recipes. So just look it up on YouTube, like high protein vegan meals. You're gonna figure it out. Just if you look for the answers, it's gonna come to you. So that's another thing that I want to talk about. Like some people just like, if they don't know something, they feel like they're stuck because they don't know what to do in terms of like business or life situations. And if you're not asking for help, like not asking people for help, but inside of you, like if you ask God for help, like internally, like give me the signs, like what should I do? Like if I ask for signs, I get the signs, like the answers. You know what I'm saying? Like it comes through like other people or like tarot readings. If you're not aware what tarot reading is, like the cards that they show you and they read you the readings. Or some people tell me, like that's just how it works. Everything is energy. So yeah. Well, speaking of food, I'm getting hungry now, and I feel like I've been talking here for almost an hour. I'm losing my voice. I really enjoy you guys hanging out with me today. Happy Sunday! I'm glad you're here. Um, yeah. So if you feel like you're attracting bad luck, maybe you need to understand that you need to change your energy. You need to change your mind. Like if something wrong is happening, maybe it's like you creating that in your mind, and like one thing that I learned is like whatever is in your mind is gonna be reflected on your outer world. So if you daydream about your dream life, if you daydream about the scenarios that you want to happen, it's gonna come. It's gonna happen. And trust and believe. Come back to this video and comment and say, hey, I daydream about this and it happened. So if you keep daydreaming about what you don't want to happen, like the negative things that you're scared about happening, and then it happens, that's the same thing. You attracted it because you thought about it. So if you're thinking about, for example, if you think about losing your job, you create these scenarios, even like when you're dating someone, right? You create these scenarios in your head that they're cheating on you, and then you find out the same exact things happen. It's because you manifested it. You manifest it in your head. You keep thinking that they're gonna cheat, and then you found out that they cheated. Like, duh, you created it in your mind. So why don't you create something better? Like, why don't you like daydream about what you want to happen instead? What if you daydream about being proposed to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you daydream about winning the lottery, or like finding money like down the street? That happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying? There's so many scenarios that I had created in my head that it just happened. Like when I used to be a server at this restaurant, I said in my mind, I'm gonna have somebody buy me a chocolate cake. And then like my table gave me like a free chocolate cake. Like they bought me a chocolate cake. I didn't even ask for it. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. So yeah. If you want certain people, if you want to meet certain people in your life, if you want to meet your soulmate, if you want to, have your dream business, just create that scenario in your mind. Like, what is it gonna look like? Just create that video clip in your head. and then it's gonna happen. So practice it and keep acknowledging what you're thinking. If you're thinking about something's bad gonna happen, then that's what's gonna happen. If you keep thinking about you're always you're always attracting like money and love and good friends, then that's what you're gonna get. So just keep practicing it. Keep being mindful of your what you're thinking. So I'm about to go and go get me some food. And I said I was gonna do a YouTube video. I wanted to do a video about how to do reels and TikTok. Like I saved some reels and TikTok videos that you can recreate and how to edit videos. So that's what I said. That's another thing that I'm practicing is like doing what I promised myself to do. And the thing is like I had to charge my camera and I was like I'm hungry and now I just want to do a live video. So I might do that here later. If not, I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning. So that's one thing I want to give an advice is if you promise yourself you're gonna do something, you have to do it because if you don't do it, you're gonna be disappointed in yourself and you're gonna lose self-confidence. Self-confidence is very important, especially if you want to start a business because if you don't believe in yourself, like I said over and over, if you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna feel like shit. So that's one thing again, like if you feel like you said you're gonna do something and then you didn't do it, that was bring you in a depressed mode. Like that's what gives you anxiety because you're like doubting yourself. Like you said you're gonna work out and then you didn't work out. You said to yourself that you're gonna do this, but you didn't do it. So that's contributing to lowering your self-confidence. So that's why I always keep mindful if I'm meeting a friend and I said I'm on my way at 7 p.m. I need to be there before or at 7 p.m. If I'm late, I feel bad. Like I know it's not like that serious, but if you tell yourself you're going to be there at certain time, you have to show up. You just need to show up at a certain time because if you're lying to yourself, that's going to contribute to your self-confidence. So I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Sunday. If you haven't subscribed or if you haven't followed me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. Love you.